A day after the clashes at Presidency College, students claim that Trinamool supporters forced their way into university and attacked them. Students have pointed out that the police was present there when the clashes took place but did absolutely nothing. They were allegedly armed with spears and sticks and beat up students and teachers. Students also claim that they were threatened with rape. The historic Baker Laboratory at Presidency College was vandalized by a bunch of hooligans on Wednesday in retaliation to the heckling of Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and Finance Minister Amit Mitra. My colleague Indrajit Kundu now joins us with more on the details that are now coming out from the college, where women students have alleged that they were threatened with rape. Remember, Mamata Banerjee and her party has maintained they're going to hold peaceful demonstrations across the state a day after she was heckled by SFI workers outside the Planning Commission building. We'll just go across to Indrajit Kundu, my colleague who will be joining us shortly from Presidency College. So students there now claiming that they were threatened with rape. Indrajit, just bring us up to speed with what is taking place there right now. There was a lot of political violence in Siliguri. A lot of CPM leaders have been arrested. But the latest reports that are coming out of Presidency College, that the students there were attacked or they were threatened. Some of the women students were threatened with rape.
Well, that's right. Quite a blot on the illustrious, history university here in Kolkata. I'm standing right outside it, and here are a group of, female students that I have along with me from the university. All these students have actually witnessed what the kind of mayhem that the campus saw, and they are literally shocked because of the fact that these students are telling me that several of these people who are university who came from outside had not only ransacked the century famous Baker Laboratory, but also heckled some of the female students and even threatened them with rape. Kind of tell us what exactly happened and what was the kind of intimidation tactics that were being used by the people who had come from outside?
Firstly, around 1 o'clock, what we found was there were students, or rather goons, standing outside our college, shaking our gate literally and standing. They were literally climbing the gate so that they could come inside and threatening our authority and the security guards to open the gates. But that didn't happen. And after a while, they broke in, and they could anyone they could find around them. They were started hitting them, throwing out the boards, everything that was around the campus. Then after a point, they started threatening female students of raping them inside the campus, and whenever they step outside. Then a group of them went over to the Baker building, where they came inside the physics lab. They rampered the physics lab completely.
So what was the kind of language? Many of us are saying it was filthy, foul language used against female students. Tell us, what was it actually?
The language was really filthy, and I don't think I would actually say those words, but it was very difficult for us to hear something like that, since we are a part of this prestigious institution and we do not really hear such words. When goons from the ruling political party come and threaten us and use such words, it is very difficult for us to take that.
Well, coming from people who are outside the campus, and you guys are inside there, you are saying that you indulge in politics, you're politically aware, but the SFI and the IC, which are there, which have their units inside the campus, they have never indulged in such violence, and this is unprecedented. We have a female chief minister of the state now. This is the kind of response that we have got from people who barged into the college. How do you feel about it? Would you like to tell something to the chief minister?
For me, Presidency has always had a very political history. That is true. But when people stop the elections, the presidency elections, on the sole basis that campus elections and campus politics can get very violent, it is very sad, because none of the students who actually practice politics within the institution have never really been this violent. It is outsiders, goons, who have entered our college. Presidency gates are always open.
Right.
It's one of the rare occasions when the gates were closed, because the students were threatened by the people outside, and they barged into the campus and threatened the students. Not only the male students, but the female students were heckled, and they were subjected to filthy language. It is rather sad that this is being portrayed, because this never happens inside the college. College elections, college politics never turn violent. People outside, it's being shown that it's getting violent.
So you're saying it's giving bad reputation to the...
Giving bad reputation to the institution, because campus politics has never been this violent, and it's never violent. Students have never practice violent politics. They have their own norms, they have their own ideologies, And it is sad that it's being portrayed that campus politics can get violent because people outside are coming in which did not belong to the institution. It's rather sad that people outside, the outside has the audacity to enter the institution and beat the students up and threaten them.
Well, several people have been telling me that senior leadership from the Trinamool Congress, be it Partha Chatterjee, be it the Chief Minister when she came back from Delhi, kind of language, the tone and tenor in which they spoke, perhaps, gave spark to the kind of retaliation that we are seeing across the state. So, do you believe that the Chief Minister too needs to take some certain responsibility for this?
Yes, after she listened to this, she just told, quoting her, "Amra doliyo todonto kore dekho." But she is not the chief minister of her own party. She has been elected as the chief minister of the state, so she should take up the responsibilities. What happened yesterday and what has been taking part throughout the state. What happened in Shiliguri, what happened in Harimohan Ghosh College, what happened to Sudipto Gupta. Everything. She needs to take up responsibilities for this.
The Chief Minister needs to take a responsibility, but as a female Chief Minister, having West Bengal having a female Chief Minister for the first time, and hooligans just entering the campus and abusing women, even the Dean of Students. So how do you look at it?
I really want to emphasize on the fact that when the hooligans they were entering the college, the slogans that they were giving, if the general mass have been giving an attentive eye on the news channels, they would come to know what they were exactly saying.
Well, that's right. I mean, unprecedented scenes outside the Presidency College as well. People are really shocked, and the shock is still apparent on the faces of so many female students who are here and are going to take a rally today, later in the afternoon, protesting what happened yesterday. Back to you.
Indrajit, just stay on with us. You're bringing to us the voices of students of Presidency College in Kolkata. Some of the women students there are now saying that they were threatened with rape by hooligans who had barged into the college yesterday. They had ransacked the Baker's laboratory. It's almost a 100-year-old institution. We have CPM leader Mr. Mohammad Salim now joining us on the phone line. Mr. Salim, I'd like to know from you your first reactions to the charge that's being made by students now that the hooligans yesterday entered the college premises. They not only vandalized and ransacked the building, but they also threatened the women students there with rape. And the students clearly saying that the people who had barged into the college were TMC workers.
It's a shameful incident and a shock. Now, taking the alibi of the incident in front of Yajnavar in Delhi, throughout the state, the TMCP hooligans, their forces have been unleashed, and Chief Minister and the senior ministers, they have provoked, they have incited, and they have unleashed. Now, they are not taking responsibility. They are in a denial mode. What happened in Presidency College is never heard of. It was totally uncalled for and unwarranted and unprovoked. Now, in the name of this Chhatra Parishad, Trinamool Chhatra Parishad, these are local hooligans. From the photograph itself, we could identify the local goons. They were out there. They have announced that for coming 7 days, they will stay in front of Kolkata University Historic College Square so that they can organize the gangsters and take control of the colleges and universities campuses, destroying the employees union, students union, and the teachers body. And this is their game plan. So they are using it as an alibi. That's why they are not taking responsibility. And I am ashamed that the minister after minister, including the education minister, investment minister, and the chief minister, saying that our boys cannot do this. But we know those boys and how they were, the local goons were organized, that they entered into. This Baker lab is historic, and this was the cradle of that. The room which was attacked and ransacked is the cradle of 3 branches of Indian science: Indian statistics, Indian botany, and as well as physics. And the Nobel laureates have used that lab, which the Trinamool leaders, including the ministers, are unable to comprehend. And they went inside, they tried to molest the girl students, and cutting across students' political affiliation, almost all the students, teachers, head of the departments, dean of students, including vice chancellors, they could identify that these hooligans were Trinamool Congress people. But Trinamool Congress and the government is in the denial mode. Till now, no case has been registered, no FIR has been launched, and you can imagine the girl students were sent off from the college yesterday,
right,
with the police escort and buses, reserved buses, because the goons were waiting outside so that these girls can face the consequence because they opposed this attack.
Right.
And now the professor said the police was sitting there and laughing because there was no order from the top. So throughout the state, the government has issued the instruction that let the mayhem continued by the Trinamool goons, and police cannot do anything because Mamata Banerjee herself said, who will save Bengal? We will see that.
Mohammed Salim, thank you for joining us with your reaction. So the Mamata Banerjee government, they're saying that it's not the Trinamool workers who were involved in this rampage that took place yesterday. At the same time, Trinamool maintaining that their workers are holding peaceful protests. But of course, pictures don't lie. There are pictures of how Presidency College campus was ransacked yesterday. And there are students who are now saying that these were Trinamool workers who had threatened some of the female students there with rape. That's a story we'll continue to track as political violence continues to escalate in West Bengal.